be the best bet segment.
I'll throw out there my four-legger that I think you're going to like and ride with.
Okay.
My four-legger I wanted to go with was Jusei, Johnson, Rambeski, and Despain. And when I looked, it was at plus 610. It might have lost a little bit of value, but I don't know if you want to plug that in.
Rambeski to Spain. All right, and then let me put that in the parlay calculator. So let's see. Jusei minus 220, Despain minus 240. What was Rambeski sitting at here? We got him at
minus 425.
Yeah.
That's where the value was lost at. I had this in at the minus 310 number.
And then
so
Charles Johnson, correct?
Yeah, Johnson at plus 125 to get that value back on Rambeski. Let's go.
Yeah, plus 472. If we take
that sucks.
If we take Rambeski out, plus 365. What is there anyone we can replace Rambeski with? I think is my question here.
I have maybe Borshchev, but you didn't seem to really love that. Did Ricci? Ricci would juice it.
Ooh.
Definitely not as bullish, but I made your 2 units on Rambeski by KO just to get that Rambeski money in.
Let me just see what we get here with Ricci at the minus 140.
Okay.
Plus 695. I think I might have to run.
I think that's worth it. I might run both, honestly.
Yeah, I do be loving running double parlays. I hit 2 last week. All right, we'll say the official is Jusei, Johnson, Ricci, Despain.
Jusei, Johnson, Ricci, Despain. I'm down for that. And what's the juice on it?
That one is plus 695.
Yeah, see, when I first did that four-legger on, I think it was on Sunday, it was like in the plus 600. So that four-legger at plus 600 was like totally worth it, but it lost a lot of value with that Rambeski number moving so much. Yeah, man, I think I might run both. Or I may run the Jusei, Johnson, Ricci, Despain, and then do a conservative one with just Jusei, Rambeski, and Despain. I know that's not going to be very juicy, but I kind of like having one risky parlay, one safe parlay. And then let's get to dogs here. I mean, obviously Charles Johnson's our dog of the week. Do you want any honorable mentions?
I mean, I honestly feel like I could make the case here for Ruzboyev to be on the honorable mentions list.
Yeah, I think you're 1,000% right. I was about to say, and will you look up a Johnson Ruzboyev 2-legger for your boy?
Yeah, absolutely. Ruzboyev plus 115, is that what we have him at?
Correct.
Alrighty. In that case, we would get plus 384.
I kind of like that a lot. I think I might run that 2-legger. Instead of doing I may just not have a conservative one this week. Why? I don't know, bro, because Johnson Ruzboyev 2-legger plus 384 is probably better value than I would get on Jusei, Rambeski, Despain, I would imagine. But I don't know. I'll play around with it.
Well, so that 2-leg is almost the same. It's slightly less value than Jusei, Johnson, Rambeski, and Despain.
Correct. So, yeah.
I will say, too, those are all kind of centered around Johnson. So if you wanted to try to get one in there that didn't have Johnson, that would be a safe alternative as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, thinking with the safe one, the Jusei, Rambeski, Despain 3-legger. You mind giving me the value on that one?
Jusei, Rambeski, Despain, you said?
Yeah, it's not going to be good, but I might do a little conservative play here.
Plus 155.
Oh, gross. I probably won't play that, actually. Yeah, fuck that. Honestly, I think I'm going to do the 4-legger and the dog 2-legger. I think I'm going to be a juice monster.
If you do those two, but do Ricci instead of Rambeski again, plus 253.
Yeah, but
still not really worth it in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I think I'm going to do Johnson, Ricci, Despain, the official Beefy parlay, and then I'm going to do the Johnson Ruzboyev 2-legger, and then a Johnson straight.
I think there is a chance for Billy Goff to be an honorable mention here for me as well.
See, I'd rather take Nascimento before I took Goff at a similar value.
And I mean, there's also the absolute chance that I just scumbag the planet and play a 4-leg dog parlay.
It's possible. This is a week 4. I was about to be a scumbag and ask you to run Johnson, Ruzboyev, Nascimento. Like, I kind of like that a lot.
Johnson, Ruzboyev, Nascimento?
Yeah.
So that is plus 1,061.
That's getting a ticket. That's getting a ticket. Call me fucking Scumbag Jones. That's getting a ticket. That's getting a sprinkle. 1 unit. Fuck it.
So that's Johnson, Ruzboyev, Nascimento? I actually like that a lot.
3 legs of guys like me think they're all going to win. Ruzboyev would be the sweatiest fight.
I just want to throw it out there. If you did throw Goff, plus 26.28. plus 26.28.
You going to place that ticket? If you tell me you'll actually place it, I might do a sprinkle. Or are we just bullshitting you?
I mean, judging from the fact that if I place $3, I win 78. I mean, I might put $3 on it. Yeah.
Well, half unit sprinkle. I feel you. Okay, bro. And then props. I think we both kind of were lockstep on our dogs and our parlays, but props is going to get interesting.
I mean,
what did you say by this?
I think
Rambesky
has to be there.
All right, let's go. I have a long list. I'm just going to read them off to you. We have to get values on some of these.
All right,
what did you say by decision? Did you say by decision?
Let's hope they won't have it because he's early prelims technically.
Okay, fair. I don't hate that as an option. Obviously, if the value's worth it. Olberg, Minifield under 1.5 plus 110 seems a little risky given Minifield's chin, but I mean I can see it hitting. But yeah, not really juicy enough to make me pull the trigger on a plus 110. Rambesky by KO seems like a lock at plus 100. Definitely leader in the clubhouse so far. We got Woodson by decision plus 110. I like Rambesky by KO a lot more at a very similar value. And then McKinney by KO plus 330 might get a fucking sprinkle because I'm feeling froggy. But Rambesky by KO is our official Beefy Boys prop of the week. It sounds like you're going to be on board with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just getting McKinney in here. What about Ricci by decision?
What's that number again?
Plus 125.
Yeah, see, that juice ain't worth the squeeze for me, but
I'm putting it here just in case I circle back to it. Plus 125.
Because think about it, that's 25 points more than Rambesky, and we consider Rambesky a lock.
Yeah, I mean lock by KO TKO or lock to win.
Well, we consider him a lock to win, and like thinking the other guy's getting fed, so like we end up at like as good of a lock as a method of victory like prop can be, in my opinion. Like, I mean, method of victory props are inherently risky.
I'm
never
with you.
100%.
I'm with you. Don't get me wrong, but just hear me out. Is that we've painted the picture of Tisha Torres being a tough opponent still, right? Like not being an easy out. But we also have painted the picture of us thinking Ricci probably a better fighter. I don't know. I just see like the path to victory there is not. I don't see her being able to sub or KO. What am I saying here? Pennington. I really think that Ricci's only way to win is the decision.
And you just factor in the overall women's strawweight statistics on top of all that. Yeah.
Right. That's kind of where I'm like, I like the juice, and I've considered the plus 100 and plus 125 parlay there.
It's going to be pretty similar to the Johnson Ruzboyev one at plus 384. It'll be in the plus 350, plus 400 range.
Plus 350 on the dot.
Plus 350. Oh, I think, but see, all right. So all right. Let's juxtapose that. You have $10 to bet. You have to choose Johnson Ruzboyev 2-legger, just money line 2-legger, or you have to choose Ricci Rambesky method of victory 2-legger. Which one feels safer to you? It's an easy choice. Come on, don't think too hard here. Come on, it's an easy choice.
I think they're even for me just because I think here's where I'm hung up is I think Johnson winning and Ricci by decision I like equally. I know you don't agree, But Rombechki by KO and Ruzboyev to win, that's where I'm kind of like,
that makes sense. That makes sense. I get that. Like, Ruzboyev, I mean, let's not be revisionist history here. Like, it was just a few minutes back when I was saying that, like, I had Ruzboyev as a 1-star and was kind of nervous about it. So I see your point. I just think overall, a method of victory 2-legger versus a money line 2-legger, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, the risk is like, take the names out of it.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Hitting 2 money lines versus hitting 2 method of victory.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Jusei is the only other guy, like Jusei by decision, the number we don't have. But once we know what that is, very plausible I could do that in Rombechki if Jusei is like a minus 150 and Rombechki's plus 100, because I think that's super hittable as well.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Jusei is a decision master, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So if that's minus 150, let's just say, I don't know, we'll say minus 160. That seems more realistic if he's minus 220. Plus 225. I don't hate that one either, but honestly, I think the juice is better on the other two we talked about.
Yeah. And I mean, he did finish Keeper Crosby, and he finished his fight before that, but he had a split decision on the local scene. So 3 out of his last 5 wins have been by decision, and that includes 2 on the local scene. So like, if local guys are pushing him to decisions, one of which was a split decision, Jusei's a very good fighter, but he used to be a decision fighter. Then he does have 2 finishes in his last 3 fights. So actually, you know what? I'm kind of talking myself out of Jusei by decision, to be honest.
Perfect. We will pull it from the document. Yeah, all right, perfect. So it looks like the official Beefy parlay is Jusei, Johnson, Ricci, and Despain at plus 695. Dogs of the week, Johnson probably the most official. Ruzboyev also on the list. Johnson plus 125, Ruzboyev plus 115. If you parlay them together, you're getting plus 384. And then props, we got Rombechki plus 100 by KO TKO. McKinney potentially, it's probably our least favorite of the 3. Plus 330 KO TKO, and then Ricci by decision plus 125. If I had to rank them, it's Rombechki, Ricci, McKinney in order of confidence.
Order of confidence, yes. Now that 330 number on McKinney might be able to overtake it into 2. You see what I'm saying?
Value.
From an actual better value. Yeah, not level of confidence, but value. I kind of still like that. That kind of sounds right.
I don't hate it. I don't know. I think I'm going to try to be low risk, high reward this week, meaning like, a plus 125 dog and a plus 115 dog. Essentially pick them. But if I parlay them together and I pick them both right, plus 400.
Yeah, that Johnson Ruzboyev 2-legger is definitely getting placed this week. I'm definitely getting a ticket on that. One unit. Now, come on, I got to get that.
What's crazy is I might just do like a 10 on Ruzboyev and Johnson, but then also 10 on Johnson on the side as well, because I think Johnson is the builder of that 2-legger. Like, Ruzboyev's gonna have to carry the weight and do his job.
Yes, no, I agree. I'm getting a two unit. All right, so I'm gonna do 1 unit Jusei, Johnson, Ricci to Spain. 1 unit Johnson, Ruzboyev. Unit Johnson, Ruzboyev, Nascimento. 2 unit Johnson straight. I think that, see, I'm going to get all my money in on the parlays and then the 2 unit Johnson straight. And I think the only prop I'm going to actually place is a 1 unit or maybe a 2 unit Rombechki KO.
Yeah, I think the Rombechki KO is the only prop I'm looking for. What did I say the value was on that 3-leg dog parlay? 1061?
Yeah, 1061 on Johnson, Ruzboyev, Nascimento. I really like that because I consider Nascimento. I consider Johnson and Nascimento favorites. So
I'll put it this way: if
really
I did, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if I didn't know the odds, I would have picked all 3 of these guys anyway.
That's my point. Yes, like I'm picking all 3 of those guys on verdict as well. So like you're giving me plus 1061 on a 3-legger of guys I think are gonna win. Got to do it.
Yeah, I might go hard this week and bet a little more than normal and just really shoot my load.
Scatter the load, scatter shot.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, maybe 10 is always on the regular Beefy parlay. I might put 15 on the 3-dog parlay. I mean, winning back 151 on that is.
That would cover that covers a lot of months.
And I would bet them as favorites. Like that's my problem with it is like if they were all favorites, I'd probably be less inclined to bet it. But that's more realistic to how I see it. So having the value on my side is like I gotta try and pick Vegas's pocket here. Like I gotta try for it.
I agree, bro. I see it the same way you see it, man. But another fun episode of Beefy Bets. I'm actually looking forward to this card. This actually got me a lot more juice. Not even just like on the winning money perspective, but that was me. Buckley fights Heat. Oldberg Minifield has like Chandler Gagey like potential. Woodson, I'm just so curious what that's going to look like. We got our boy Despain back. Can McKinney right the ship? That Ricci Torres fight actually kind of matters in that division. The rest of the fights kind of inconsequential, but a lot of value to be had. So yeah, I'm officially talking myself into being hyped for UFC St. Louis.